Hey gems, welcome back to my channel. Seriously guys, I'm gonna try to make this a really quick video because who I'm talking about is texting me currently, and I see, he already texted me, hold on.
Okay, I'm just gonna not even read them.
I'm gonna go right back into the video because he's just making me do this. This video is about my first date with this guy that I went out with on New Year's. Now, that may sound like terrifying to go on a first date on New Year's and you're not with somebody that you know, and you're not like going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Happy New Year. You're not doing all that like with the people that you love. But I've had a really hard 2018. The last year was probably one of the hardest for me. I am extremely lonely right now. I don't really have anybody or anything, so this is the perfect opportunity to start a YouTube channel because my life sucks and people love watching that. So the really significant thing that we did on our first date is we actually asked each other the 36 questions to make anybody fall in love. Now, I don't know if you guys know about these 36 questions, but there are 36 questions that basically make two strangers fall in love or two people fall in love deeper, whatever you want to call it. At the end of these 36 questions, you're supposed to look at this person in the eye for about 4 minutes, which gets really creepy if you don't fucking know them. It gets really, really weird. But what I'm gonna do today is kind of just be an advocate for this and see if we can get more people to do it and go on these first dates and ask these questions, because I feel like I learned a lot in a very short amount of time. There were a couple questions that were very, very hard to answer. I'm gonna go through a couple of them, the ones that I think that were a lot harder to kind of like say in front of somebody that you don't know. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal until I was actually doing it, and then I was like choking the fuck up. It was pretty hard. So they're in sets of 3s. So I'm gonna pick 2 questions out of each set and just tell you like what I feel about the questions, if that makes sense. So there was one question that was super duper easy for me. I think about it all the time, and it was just like, boom, easy. And that was number 2, and it is, would you like to be famous, and in what way? So immediately I hear this question, I'm like, actress all day. I don't want to be anything else. I don't want to be porn. I don't want to be a singer or dancer. Like, I want to be an actress because I feel like I can be so many different things and so many different voices and different like scenarios. It's just something that really intrigues me. There was another question that was really like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just like weird to answer, if that even makes sense. But anyway, so it's name 3 things that you and your partner appear to have in common. So if you're meeting a complete stranger and you've only talked to them for a couple hours, it's kind of weird because you don't know what you have in common. So you kind of have to go off of like very surface things, like you open the door for me and I do that for other people, or something really rich, I don't know. But that question really got me. Now this question was probably one of the hardest. That's number 10, and it was, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? And let me tell you, I had letters. There was so much I wanted to say. I was like, I shouldn't have been like this. I shouldn't have ate a cockroach when I was a baby. I mean, let's just say I have a lot of trauma in my past. So that was a little awkward. And for him, it was more so like, I was raised great. I can't complain about my parents. They were awesome. And like seeing somebody else like say that was super like weird for me. I was like, oh, you were raised good. That's cool. You know, like it was just weird. Like, I don't know. I guess I never thought that it would be a weird thing to hear someone like not have any traumas. But for me, it was like, okay. Now, This was the weirdest one. I'm talking like this was the peak of all the 36 questions, the one I'm about to say now. And the reason why is because you have 4 minutes to do this question. So it's number 11, and it's take 4 minutes to tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. When I tell you, I was like a minute in and I was already done and I was confused. I was like, wait, hold up a second. There is so much more to say. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, wait, hold up a second. And then like the more I thought about it and the more I started like speaking about the shit that has happened in my life, it got really, like my eyes started watering. I started feeling like really uncomfortable, like really hot. Like I was like, okay, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. Can we go to the next question? Like it was just weird. And then when it was his turn, like it was very like fast.
You made like 30 seconds. Like, look, I grew up in a small town. I love my parents. I moved here. I went to this school. I got this doctorate. And you know.
In a bow, like he just already had it, and I was just kind of like, like that's weird. So for me, I feel like I definitely want to do that question again, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. Like, can we do the 36 questions again? You know, it's just kind of weird. So obviously I'm not going to do that. Now, here's the second set
of questions. I'm just going to name 2 because the first one I kind of did like 4 or 5 of them. So I think the first 2 that were really, really weird for me, I guess to say, was like,
what is your most treasured memory? And then what is your most terrible memory? And I remember feeling really weird because my most treasured one was when I met Megan Good a couple years ago after my acting class, and I just thought like, oh my God, how am I meeting her? And I just said that like she was my favorite actress, and the only reason I said she was my favorite actress is because she's the only like Black woman that's like out right now. Like this was before like, you know, Kerry Washington. Like it was just like Megan Good. Like that was like the only person I could think about that like I could say that other white people would know. Like when I was in that class, I was just like, I don't want to say somebody who's not a Black African American woman that's struggling out here for these, you know, parts. So I said that, and then I went to the mall, and then I met Megan Good, and it was super like amazing. It was just like crazy. But I really went to meet Justin Bieber and Lil Wayne and ended up meeting Megan Good, and no one even knew it was her, but I knew it was her when I saw that ass. Immediately I saw that. As I said, that is Megan Good. That is not a normal ass. I know it's not.